Well, it's Sunday, and not the way I thought we'd be doing our opening video. You know, I thought that, I would either be doing it on my way to Ohio, because Ollie lost, or you and I would be doing it in Ontario, because Ollie's team had won their way to the finals. Ollie's team did lose, unfortunately. They lost in the third game yesterday and were eliminated from the tournament, so Amy got in the car and drove back to Ohio. I drove back to Ohio. So, that is that. That's a wrap on his Ontario baseball season this year. A little anticlimactic. You know, those kids, they played great. It's a little odd, right? You get to know the moms and the dads, because Ollie has played with those kids for 4 years now? 5 years now.
Tried out at 7.
That's right, too.
7 years old.
Yeah. So, it's virtually been the same team for 4 or 5 years now, and I got to know the parents, and a lot of those kids are moving on. So it was a little odd, a weird feeling, I guess. But at the same time, that is how life is, isn't it? So doing our opening today, I thought we'd do it this morning. Amy and I both took it easy this morning. What a beautiful day it is, eh? It's supposed to be nice for 4 days. Amy's not old enough now to enjoy a nice day.
It's not something I need to bring up.
Oh my God, it's nothing better than...
Multiple times.
And she made fun of me, so we went to the breakfast place, and I said I just wanted to come over and have some toast and bacon. Maybe the kids want pancakes. And she now gets a gigantic kick out of the fact that is that another old joke? Is that what that is? That I want to come to First Watch and have some breakfast? Is that what it is?
Well, nothing else could be done until we were doing that.
Because it's just a wet between the very nice... Now, if it's a cold winter day, I'm not going to First Watch.
Okay.
But when it's a beautiful sunny day, I don't mind coming here, maybe even sitting outside, just relaxing and enjoying the day. It's been a decent week here at the stable. It could always be better, but I'll tell you what, coming off the month of August, it certainly was, that was a breath of fresh air. I can tell you that right now. You know, on Monday, we raced, we bought 3 horses over the last 3 weeks. We raced them all their first starts, and all 3 of them were winners last week. Now, our 4th horse, we purchased Allure. She is going to be racing next week also, on the weekend, I think, on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So, and quite frankly, the classes she fits to, she should do very well. But these are the horses that we've been trying to acquire, right? The immediate impact horses, the horses that can come right out of the gate and win their first offering, and hopefully subsequently the ones right after also. I mean, Winter Soldier, they put him in the open this week because, as it happens, the nominators at 8,000 and 10,000 didn't fill properly. So rather than drag him to another track, we just opted to win the open at Northfield Park. Now, I think, I told you guys I thought he was a little flat last week. We got his blood work back. His GGT was a little bit high. Dr. Latessa has been on it since he got the blood work back. So Winter Soldier should be a better form of what you saw last week, which would put him probably in the open. I just wanted to progress into the open. I didn't want to just go into the open. And that's the problem with buying any of those high-end horses, is that you have to make sure there is a ladder to climb. And I was a little surprised that Almer's at 8,000 didn't fill this week. He fit that on wins for 3 more wins. So we'll see how he does this week, but I'd like to get right back to the nominators at 8,000 if possible next week. So that was Winter Soldier. I was really happy with the way he started off his week. Adeline, what are you doing, honey? Okay, what's the problem? What's the problem?
I told her she couldn't have that one, and then she found another.
She found a loophole? I see. Well, that's fair. Oh, you're next in line to be seated. You're next in line to be seated. We better go to Starbucks and get our drinks right now. What? You ordered the drinks, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to get rolling. Hold that. So Winter Soldier was a winner and looked very, very good in doing so. And then we had Raging Hanover up next. Megan had called, and I don't know much about Raging Hanover. She had called me and said, hey, if you're interested, there's this horse that I've had the last little while. I like the horse a lot, and they want to sell him. I said, okay. She She said he's going on gate. Have a look and see what you think. Now, when I looked at the horse, he's another horse, 2 wins, win his way up through the ladder. And although his victory wasn't sparkling, rough in the turns, a little rolly at times, although it wasn't a sparkling victory, he did get the job done, and that's always very, very important. I was really happy with what I saw from. Really happy. Yes, you have to get in your car seat. Love of God, you just made us look like derelicts. Get in the back, get in your car seat and get your seatbelt on.
Okay.
That didn't happen. Forget that happened out there. So Raging Hanover was very, very good. We actually had a tremendous Tuesday. We had Raging Hanover. Emerald Tom raced. He was flat. I'll be the first to admit it. The horse was flat, but with good reason. His blood work was still quite screwed up, and mechanically he's not the same horse he was. Now, we've changed, and that's not a bad thing. He's grown up, filled out, and he's touching in a few places, and I think we can help him this week, this horse. So we changed his shoes. I'm going to be working with him all week here in Ohio and see if we can't get him squared away for his next start. The other 2 horses were great. I know I went inside the pylons with Supermind. That's 100% on me. That was my fault. But I think the underpinning, the bigger picture was that the horse raced very, very good. Last quarter in 28-1, and I really couldn't cut him loose. Did I pass Starbucks?
We didn't go far enough.
It's back there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why don't we just go up to the turn?
Everybody knows where I'm going except for this lady behind me who somehow can't figure out that I'm pulling a Yui here. I made a right, just like I did in Supermind's race. I made a right when I should have went left.
It's a full-on product of you trying to do 8 things at once.
Do you think?
And not paying attention.
Well, I thought that we had gone further past Starbucks, and I was wrong.
Well, since you're a frequent first watcher, you should probably know that it's well before Starbucks.
You're lucky it's a nice day. I'd be very angry with your sarcastic comment right there. With respect to Supermind, he raced great. And yes, he got tossed, but we'll be on the lookout for that next time. Uncle Danny looked good.
Be on the lookout for what?
Those pylons at the end of the top of the stretch. Uncle Danny raced very, very good. I was really pleased with the way he raced and the way he finished up his mile, how strong he was. And I'll say it again because I said it in a couple other videos. I know one of our clients, one of my partners, said, hey, he's a bit of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? And I said, not really.
Dad,
Yes, sweetheart.
is this the Starbucks where we go to school? Like we get Starbucks here and I go to
That's right. That's the Starbucks for here, honey.
you take my
Can you go and get her stuff?
Yeah, this is spilling.
Okay. And I said, not really.
Put it in park, just in case you didn't know that.
I know. With respect to Uncle Danny, I think if you look at all his starts and the subsequent blood work that we drew after those starts, it wasn't Jekyll and Hyde. It was just simply when he was healthy and when he wasn't. And, you know, he does have to be firing on all cylinders to be the Uncle Danny that we actually like. But we've proven that we're able to do that. We just need to do that in a much more consistent basis. Honey, don't do that. Lifting Legend raced good again at Georgian Downs. I was really happy with him. And then, of course, we closed out a night with a horse that has really come to life and been a bit of an anchor when we haven't had great racing luck, and that was Delicious Stone DK. I just sent Dominic a message and asked him, you know, where do you think he'll be going next now that Georgian Downs is closing? Flamborough Mohawk, a horse like him that's just full of confidence right now. I would actually put him right at Mohawk in the optional 20. That's the non-winners, the 2000, the bottom class. I would stuff him right in there. He has been racing so good, I think he would mop that class for a little while also. But I'll leave that up to Dom and see what he thinks about Delicious Stone and where we go from here. Thank you, honey.
Can I have the whipped cream?
On Wednesday, you can get whipped cream on pancakes in a minute. On Wednesday, we had the highlight of the day. Obviously, I was happy with Manhattan Money. You know, somebody said, could you have driven him differently? In hindsight, I suppose I could have, but I couldn't at the time. And I think,
That's a weird question.
well, I stayed in third when I could have come first over. And I think the question was, do you regret not come? Oh, I was going to turn right again. do you regret not coming first in with Manhattan Money? I said, maybe a little bit in hindsight, but I couldn't come first over into the favorite with a horse that had never raced on a half-mile track. And quite frankly, I think the hobbles can almost come off Manhattan Money. Do you remember how bumpy he was before? He's not like that anymore. He's changed. And which is probably a good thing. So we'll see what we do with Manhattan Money going forward. The good news is he fits that class for 3 wins, so we don't have to make our mind up today, tomorrow, or the next day. JK Mega, Scotty was a little surprised that I left as hard as I did and that he was as good as he was. I should amend that. I don't think he was surprised that he was good. I think he was surprised he was that good on a half-mile track his first time out. That isn't exactly how he put it, but I was thoroughly pleased with JK Mega, and really surprised me. I had no expectations going in. We bought him almost at condition claim or price. That's a blinker, honey. I'm going straight and then left. It's right over there, right?
Oh.
So I wasn't surprised that he was good. I was surprised he was that good, actually. We bought him to be a useful horse in that class, and he felt like quite a lot more to me than that in his race the other day. So a number of surprising victories this week. It's surprising in the fact that the way they did it, right? Winter Soldier, first time on a half, jogged. JK Mega, first time on a half, jogged. He looked very, very good. Both of them did. And then you move on to the next day. My Name is Swaney's supposed to win on paper, but that is never the case. What are you looking at? What are you laughing at? What if I knew what you were laughing at?
What?
Do you think I can read your mind? Did I know what you were laughing at?
You already know.
Yeah. And my name is Swaney. So,
Not that.
what?
My name's...
And what did I say? My name is? Okay. Well, it's short form. It's all right. I'm going long. My name's Waney was a very convincing winner also at... do you guys want to go in and grab the table? Was it very convincing? You'll do it, will you? The 6-year-old? I don't think so.
Just like take my money.
Yeah.
I didn't even bring my purse.
Your puss.
Purse boy. Purse. Purse.
So My Name's Swaney was a very, very convincing winner on...
bring this
Addie, shh. I'm bringing it in. You're not bringing yours in?
You bring mine in.
Oh, you're too embarrassed to bring Starbucks into a breakfast place. Well, they serve tea and coffee and some hippie juice. I don't want that. I want exactly what I have in my hand. So, My Name's Swaney was very good, winning the other day, 56-3. That will close out her year. She had a couple little OCDs that from time to time ailed her a little bit throughout the year. And just 1 second. Never mind. It's fine. And we'll pop those out. We'll pop those out and close out the year with her. I guess it's not really much of an Amy and I update now, is it? Cherry's Girl was good. Her next start is going to be Friday in Philadelphia in the Consolation. They removed us. Why would they do that? Hey, tell them we're here. I just got a text saying we were going to be removed. Nice hair, bud. Jump in. All right, give me my card and go with your attitude and go to the breakfast table. I'll be there in a minute. What's with these kids and their attitude today? A little chirpy. So Cherry's Girl was very good also, finishing second. I thought she could have won the race, but she was a little bit soft in finishing second. She's got the Consolation of the Sire Stakes this week coming up. She has the Standardbred at Delaware, Jug Week, she'll race at. And then she has Virginia. And that will close out her season. Don't Ask Again was probably the best mile of her life was the other day. Third, trotted 56-2, closing at them. But we're going to shut her down for the season. She already has a lifetime win. There's no point in racing her in the non-winners or 2. You know, has she accomplished anything we wanted? Not really. Not quite. But she didn't make a mess of herself. I mean, she did trot 56. She was stakes placed multiple times. She did take a mark of 2 minutes as a 2-year-old, although you'd like to see that be 57, 56, but it is what it is. And we will let her grow up and grow up into the sophomore she's going to be. Now, I guess if I'm going to be completely truthful, there was a number of horses I put on potentially to sell list, and she was on that list. Now, we have a lot of money into this filly, but she is well bred. She does have a bright future ahead of her. I just don't know how bright. And with respect to her, I don't know what the appetite is for keeping her over. I can easily make an argument to do so, and I can easily make an argument to sell her. So you can see this is the hardest list maybe I've ever made in my life. Horses that we're potentially looking to move on over the next week or two as the sales approach. The horses we have are horses that I can honest to goodness say to you, there's something there, or when this horse comes back, they're going to do fine in the maiden numbers or 2, and then we'll move them on. Those are really the two categories we're working with. Horses we are fairly confident in saying will be good sophomores, or horses we think will come back and hopefully do well in at least the maiden numbers or 2, and at that point we can reassess and make a decision whether they're going to keep those horses or move them on. Those are really the two categories. And Don't Ask Again doesn't really fit in either, right? She will come back and race in numbers of 2 or 3, and then we can move her on, and we can do that well before breeding season. The reason I say this, she's a very well-bred filly. So that is a component for some of the fillies as you head into 2026 also. So I'm a little bit torn on this. I am going to be taking emails, I think, over the next week or so over some of these horses, and Don't Ask Again will be one of them, I'm sure. Now, also racing that day, 3 Point Blue Chip raced very, very good. Also, again, I've been waiting for this, and I do owe a big thanks to Dave Palome for taking care of him. He could have blasted him out of the 8-hole the week before, and that would not have worked out well for us, him, or the horse. And I'm glad that he drove him conservatively, and obviously it did lead to his win the other day. But that's exactly what the horse needed. Aunt Lily, comebacker GGT, was a little bit high. Dr. Latessa thought that her feet were bothering her a little bit, and that she had ulcers that were bothering her. This all sounds very complicated, but it's all fairly run-of-the-mill racer stuff, especially for right here, right now, in this part of the season. So she has to work harder at that. The one thing I thought that we got away from, because we weren't training her in between starts because she had shown mucus and blood, we were trying to go easier with her. I think she got away from just her sheer athleticism, and I think this week that's going to change. We're going to work her quite a bit harder. She will be back in that class on Thursday, which will give her 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. That will help. I'm probably going to gallop her. I'm going to opt to gallop her on Tuesday a little bit harder, and then we will see how she races on Thursday. That's my plan as we head into next week. I think now that we know what to treat and how to treat it, we'll have a better opportunity to do so with respect to Aunt Lily. Blue Rare. A lot went on with Blue Rare last week. Her blood was not perfect. I had a lot of questions. She was also a horse that I was quietly maybe penciling into that, maybe put her on the sale list, put her up for sale list, but I think she answered those questions, and it wasn't her even that as much, or me certainly, that didn't answer them, but James. He was the one that said, yeah, I don't think we can beat Burt Renault's filly, who win pretty easy in 55, but I think she's in the mix overall, which is exactly what we want. Right? These are 2-year-old fillies. Anything can happen. And the one thing that she's mostly shown is that she's pretty sure-footed. So that makes her a tough customer in the finals also. James has the opportunity to put her wherever he wants, and then potentially allow other horses to make mistakes. They are finals. They are trotters. It happens all the time. And I think we're in a good spot with Blue Rare. Highest Honors clearly was sick the other day. His blood work come back. A few things were a little anomalous, but I've seen this. I saw this with the horses out of Pennsylvania that didn't race good for 2 weeks. They were high normals, and then and Kentucky also. Xena Kemp is another one. High normals, seemed fine, scoped okay, but then fast forward 5-6 days, and they were a mess. And I think he's on the front end of a bout of sickness that is coming. So we're not going to race Highest Honors next week. I'm going to take his blood, make sure he's okay, and then address it. I'm almost positive this is exactly what's happening. We are on the front end of a little bit of sickness with respect to Highest Honors. And Gorgeous Package raced decent last week. I expected her to race a little better, finish up strong. Instead, she was okay. Perfect Thought was exceptional. I guess top marks of the week would have to go to Perfect Thought. She was tremendous the other day in Victory, looked very good, and looked like there's a lot more there. You know, her schedule has been very staggered, right? And again, with 2-year-olds, when you start laying them on top of one another 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, on that third run, that third 7-day run is when you really see their best effort. And she's never really had that third week in a row. So we have a number of stake races coming up. Next up is next week. She has this week, which was a prep, and right back next week with the New Jersey Sires. So I'm hopeful that she'll have a very, very good outing in that regard. She is one of the best fillies to beat right now in New Jersey, especially since the BG filly is not on she's not in the schedule for the New Jersey Classic. So eager is the word for next week. But gold star top marks to Perfect Thought, and I guess to Megan. What a week she had. One with Raging Hanover, one with Perfect Thought, one with her own horse in the Wellwood. Just had a tremendous week, so congratulations to her also. Scotty won with the Mickey horse last night, the Canadian Pacing Derby. He was second in the trotting classic with Periculum. Another good night for him, not shocking. Then we moved on to Saturday. Rico Tubbs made a break, but I learned a lot from the break, and I think that break will go a long way to helping us have him hung up. Just tweak him just a little bit, screw him down just a hair tighter, and have him perfect for the final of the Stallion Series in Poconos a week from Monday. Patrick the Piranha raced good, but I think he is going to be on our sale list for next week. I don't like, especially this time of year, I don't like those middle conditions you got to run up and down. You win a race or you're first and second, then all of a sudden you're in over your head for 2 or 3 starts. You know, it's good to race open pacers and trotters and have them drop down and drop back. Like, Looks Like Money is way down in class, but he is going to ascend the ladder and be in the open again. Patrick is not, right? So it ends up being wasted starts laid on top of okay starts and then the odd good start. I think it's time. So there's a couple of those horses that are looked at maybe moving, and Patrick the Piranha is most definitely one of them. Time Is on My Side was great. My God, that horse of Vernon Beeche's is good. He has him. When that horse is good, he is on. I had no idea that horse could leave like that. Surreal Idea. He crossed over when they were closing the wings in the open pace. That just does not happen very often. I know the gate staggered and he had a run at them, but man, oh man, he was screaming off the car. He shuts him down a little bit. 55 and a piece. I got to his saddle pad around the last turn. I said, geez, I might got him. And I looked at him again. I said, oh dear, he doesn't even have the earplugs out. And he paced away from me down the lane, but Time Is on My Side was very good. Doesn't ever do his best work first over, but he did some of his best work the other day. Again, pacing another mile in 49, another mile this year. I think every start in his program, except for his last one, he paced 150 and 1 at Scioto. Every line was sub 150. He raced great. Very, very impressed with him. Neptune was sneaky good too. He's got that bar shoe on, a quarter crack bothering him. When we get the aluminums back on him, I think he will pace 52 over Scioto. He was very good. And Rock Shining Star, yeah, I've talked to a lot of people. I've looked at the race a number of times again, and you know, I believe he probably should have been placed first, but it was close at the time, and you know, the only saving grace, he still fits numbers at 6,500, and he will beat them next week. Now tonight, JK Victory, Freedom Hill, Gaslight Hall. I guess Freedom Hill, I could have been here to drive her, but I guess we'll watch Aaron drive her. I'll watch Aaron drive her, and then I'll make it in for the late shift with Gaslight Hall and Foxy Seaside. I was really proud of what we did this week. Really happy with what's going on. Looking ahead to Kentucky, opted not to go. Andy Miller's going to drive Xena Kemp. We dropped her down in class just to get a race into her. I thought I'd like to see her win a race if we could. I was thinking Wildcat. She wasn't eligible. We put her in the next class up. She should do well if she gets away well from the gate on Monday. And then of course, I'm looking at Corbin for her. And also Degas coming off the virus. I don't know how Yannick's going to drive her. We'll see how that works out this week. But Jolene Hall and Jailbird Jog are both they drew the outside, but both in very good classes where they can do some damage, and I hope they do. I'm going to go drive Tomboy Strong and try and solidify our place in the Sire Stakes Consolation with her. She was good the other day, and somebody said, well, she's just not trotting fast enough. She has trotted in 55 and 4. She is fast enough, and we can let her hobbles out. I'm going to use her a little bit off the car, and I think she'll be in a good spot for us this week. So I am happy with what I see from Tomboy Strong moving into the latter part of the stakes season. So actually a very, very good week here at the stable. We're looking to keep it going as we head up. We finish off our week tonight. I'm optimistic, although with an 8-hole Gaslight Hall should be good. Where'd Foxy draw? Foxy is 7-2, and she drew the 4-hole. She's in a good spot also. So that is it for me. I thought we would do more of a Amy and I opening, but we are going to breakfast right now. They're at the table waiting for me. I am excited about everything coming up. We are looking over the Ohio sale for Steve and everybody else who has sent me their picks for the sale. I appreciate that. It gives me an opportunity to whittle down my list. We'll dig into that today more, Amy and I, and have a pretty good idea of what we'd like to do. Just so much going on at the stable right now, but today, for right now, I think we can put most everything in order. So it's a great day. The weather's good. Going to have a bite to eat with the family. I hope you guys had some time to spend with your families today and had great weather. It's hard to beat a nice, quiet, sunny Sunday, isn't it? Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you all very soon.